Hey Reds, how you doing? Welcome to Liverpool Africa Fan to Fan. Today we're looking at Spurs versus the Reds preview. Tottenham versus Liverpool. The game will be playing on Saturday early evening. But before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Tottenham versus Liverpool. I call this one not so rosy for Jose, because it's not been a smooth start as he would have liked, but we'll get more into how he's done just in a couple of moments, just to have a look at some of the past results. So Liverpool have only lost once against Spurs in the past 7 years. I think that's in all competition. The last time that Spurs beat Liverpool was at their home, White Hart Lane, back in 2017, where they beat Liverpool by 4-1. But the past 6 visits for the Reds to Spurs, it's been quite fruitful. So the past 6 times, Liverpool have won 3 times, drawn 2 times, and lost only once. The highlight of those wins came in when Liverpool absolutely annihilated Spurs 5-0 at White Hart Lane. You remember that's where Suarez, Sturridge, Sterling was still around. I remember they had quite an absolutely extraordinary first half, and then obviously the most notable past result was when we beat Spurs 2-0 in the Champions League final. Fantastic victory. Still happy and pumped about that. And then for Spurs, things just capitulated even further after that. So that then led to Poch getting the sack earlier on this season. But obviously the big news coming into this game is that Harry Kane has been injured. What a horrific loss for Spurs, but fantastic gain for us, the Reds. And Spurs this January season have a transfer period. They've been linked with former Red striker Danny Ings, who's on fire in the Premiership this season. They've also been linked to Mitrovic of Fulham. So let's just quickly look at Spurs this season. So obviously they fired Mauricio Pochettino after about 12 games in charge, where he could only get them 14 points. They then hired Jose Mourinho, and then his record so far is at 9 league games for Spurs. In those 9 games, he's won 5 times, drawn once, and then they've lost 3 times. But the shocking stat is that in the time that Jose has been there, in the 9 games, they've only managed to keep 1 clean sheet. So you really think if there's much of a difference since Poch has left. Let's look at it deeper. So Poch in his 12 games this season, he got 14 points. Mourinho in his 9 games this season, he's got 16 points. They are currently lying in 6th, and then they are 6 points off from the top 4. So they still got a bit of a chance to salvage the season, but the inconsistencies would mean that they were more likely to struggle in terms of making sure that they get a good league position, which is a top 4 for them, especially after they've built that expensive new stadium and they are counting on the Champions League money in order to help at least cover some of those costs. But then off to a happy note now. The Reds this season, obviously unbeaten in the first 20 games. We've only lost like 1 game in the past, almost like 60 Premier League games. We've got the best away record this season. Out from 9 games, we won 8, drew 1, and obviously no losses. Earlier this season, we also beat Spurs at Anfield, so I mean, they really struggle when they come up against the Reds. Liverpool has a 13-point lead or gap at the top with a game in hand, and more crucially, a 14-point lead over Manchester City with also a game in hand. So yeah, there are about 18 games left to play for the Reds this season. I mean, surely the title is wrapped up. So now it makes one wonder if Klopp and his coaching staff and the club, would they be looking to ensure that they defend the Champions League title, or perhaps even get a FA Cup title. Obviously, top of the agenda is the league title, but I'm thinking Klopp would want to do a league and Champions League cup wins. But yeah, it's an exciting game. It's not going to be easy as the past record might put it out to be, because I mean, after all, this is the Premier League. But Jose is going to have to pull in some rabbit out of his head to make sure that they even get a draw against Liverpool. But yeah, great game ahead. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.